You're listening to the DTF podcast, Down to Fitness, where we turn personal trainers into fitness professionals. We're your hosts, Dayton McPherson and Kyle Radune. Happy Thanksgiving, you bunch of turkeys. How's it going? It is one of my favorite times of year where all we do is eat and watch football with family. Kyle and I are repping our favorite sports teams right now. New England Patriots for me, Dolphins for Kyle. Unfortunately, neither of our teams are playing this Thursday, but there are some fun games. Thought we'd start this off and do a couple of picks and see who's going to win those games. Hopefully we're right. I'd be interested to see. So the first one, Kyle, is the Green Bay Packers and Detroit Lions. Who are you taking on that one, buddy?
Oh, I'm taking the Lions.
I'm taking the Lions too. I think their defense is really good. I really like Dan Campbell. Green Bay, Jordan Love isn't what everybody kind of was expecting him to be in the preseason. So I'm going to go Lions on that one. That's the early game at 12:30. Then we've got the Washington Commanders and the Dallas Cowboys.
Well, so this one here, I definitely am going Cowboys.
Okay.
I know they're a controversial team. I was, as a child, admittedly a Cowboys fan. I had an obsession with Deion Sanders. So I was actually a Falcons fan, a Cowboys fan, a Ravens fan. I followed him along. But I was always a Dolphin fan. But Deion Sanders was my favorite player. So I did. There are videos of me as a kid in the 90s high stepping around everywhere.
God. So have you been watching him at Colorado?
Dude, so that the Deion Sanders story is really cool. Yeah. As soon as they hired him, I was like, oh my God, this is going to be so cool. And I am not a college guy at all.
Yeah, I don't watch college football either, but it is really cool. Like Deion, I'm kind of like half on, half off about. Like sometimes I like what he says, and then other times I'm like, you're such a douche. But he seems like he gives a damn about his players, and that's the most important thing. Like, so yes, I am actually going to take the Commanders on this one because Dak has up and down games, and I feel like the Commanders have a relatively good defense. I think like down the stretch, Cowboys always like start to fall off a hill. So I'm actually going to go Commanders. I'm probably going to take the underdog on this one. I don't know what the spread is or anything like that, but I'm going Commanders.
Also, while you mentioned Dak, he is my quarterback for fantasy. So it's definitely my weaker position, but I got to root for him because
there you go. All right, last game, late game. We got San Fran and Seattle Seahawks.
Oh, man. So as much as I probably think the 49ers will run away with it, I'm going to root for Seattle here.
I would also not be surprised if another one of their star players gets hurt for the 49ers. You know, McCaffrey, I don't think has ever played a full season. He's just a workhorse. Even though he's a young guy, he's very, very athletic. I could definitely see him getting injured in the next couple of weeks. And no, I'm not hoping that a player gets injured. It's just from the stats and what you see and everything like that. He just does so much, touches the ball so much. And without McCaffrey, or if Debo isn't 100%, like he's out a couple weeks right now, actually. So I'm going to go Seattle too. So we'll see. So I've got two probably underdogs.
I'm probably anti-Niners because of my Cowboy stuff. So you know,
I get that.
It's just been one of those things.
Yeah. All right, so jumping into this episode after talking about football and wearing our shirts and stuff like that, Thanksgiving. This is going to be a quick one, but we did just kind of want to touch on some stuff about Thanksgiving and, you know, mentality going into the holidays and things like that. So first, before we jump into that, what are your plans for Thanksgiving, buddy?
Oh, man. So for me, right now, things are hectic around here. We are right around the corner from baby time. So technically we're due the early January, but now obviously in these last, those 3-4 weeks leading up to it, technically it could be any day now.
Yeah.
So,
right.
So once we get through Thanksgiving, the real countdown begins, but that also means for the last few weeks, we've been really getting the house ready, really preparing for the birth and some of that stuff. So our Thanksgiving is actually just going to be me and my wife. My mom's not even going to come over. She's going to like her community Thanksgiving Day party thing. So it's literally just the two of us.
Yeah.
I got a nice roast I ordered from Butcher Box.
Cool.
And we're going to do that because I'm an anti-turkey guy. So I'm pretty much not a huge Thanksgiving fan.
I don't like turkey either.
Dude, it's like the driest, crappiest of all the proteins.
Yeah, I don't like it. I would rather you give me a big old ribeye steak or do like So I think it was either for Thanksgiving or Christmas, like a long time ago during COVID. Like my parents just drove from Florida. We did lobster. And it
Oh,
was awesome. It was so fun because
the Maine
lobster
guy
is
eats lobster on
I'm
Thanksgiving.
from
Should
Maine.
have known better.
Absolutely. Yeah, exactly. And it was really fun to do just something different. So I'm not a big turkey fan either. I will eat it, but I agree. It's dry.
It's dry. It's the cheapest of the meats. I mean, that's why you
Yeah,
probably do it on Thanksgiving, because you could
yeah,
feed a
right.
a feast. But
Fun fact, did you know that Benjamin Franklin wanted to make the turkey the national bird of the United States?
I did not know that.
He wanted that to be the eagle for us. Like it's a symbol of freedom, but turkeys are really dumb.
Yeah, I'm
They
glad we ended up on the bald eagle. Let me tell you.
Yeah, yeah. We are actually going to Providence to see my wife's family. Just one day up, spending the night, coming back. We like to drive up on Thursday. There's no traffic. Spend the night, come back on Friday. It's not too far from us, maybe an hour and a half or so. And I actually do enjoy working out on Thanksgiving morning.
Ooh, me too.
Not because in my brain I'm like, oh, it's time for me to burn some calories for what I'm gonna do to my body later. I just enjoy it because it is a day off for me. And if I don't do it, I probably won't work out on Friday because I will eat a lot and I will drink a lot and things like that. So yes, I'm going to work out the day before. And it's actually really fun because there's lots of people usually in the gym getting ready for the holidays. You kind of run into some of your friends. Oh, what are you doing today? Cool. So I
Mhm.
actually like to work out on Thanksgiving.
I do too, and I love that you mentioned the thing about the calories, and I want to dive into that too, because that is
Please.
something that I kind of see trainers push a lot. But I also like to work out on Thanksgiving. Usually, I like to make it some kind of community workout. So sometimes at my gyms, I'd invite all of my clients like at once, and we would maybe all hang out and do like a group workout. Like I don't
Cool.
run small group training, but maybe on the holiday I run 1 hour where I work out all of my people at once. Or if we just talked CrossFit a few weeks ago. I love the CrossFit gym because on the community Thanksgiving morning, everyone gets together and throws down, and it's just like a special time. But this year, I'm actually doing something different because you'll hear me say I hate running, all right? But
Yeah.
I'm going to do a turkey trot, a little
Cool.
5K on Thanksgiving morning, and the
Very nice.
reason is, and I'm actually really excited about this. One of my longest standing clients in Florida, he has lost over 100 pounds. When I first met him, he told me he wanted to run a 5K, and this was like one of those things where you get people that have big goals and you kind of go, yeah, we're going to make smaller goals. We're going to progress you little by little and yada, yada, yada. Well, a lot of times the goals change or things get derailed or no. This guy has been so consistent to get to this goal that when we started getting around this summer, he had lost 100 pounds already. So he's like down about 120 now. Lost
Wow.
100 pounds already. And we actually started doing some strength training around like the ankles and knees and like tibias and like a lot more calf raises and like
Yep.
things and get him prepped.
Fun stuff.
Uh, he has been running and we're going to complete his first 5K on the morning of, and of course I'm doing it with him because,
Nice.
we're in this together. So trainers, support your people because
Yeah.
he's the walking billboard for me.
Yep.
And, I want to be there to support him the whole time.
Yeah. Well, and it's also interesting because I'm sure when he started working out with you, he was doing something that he felt uncomfortable with, right? So
Mm-hmm.
now you with him are going to do something that you don't feel very comfortable with going and running a
Yeah.
5K, which is awesome. So it's like that nice little trade-off between,
Mm-hmm.
two people that are doing something together. So I love that, man. That's awesome.
Yeah. No, I'm really this is a big day for him. And I cautioned him to this whole time. I'm like, it's okay. Like we'll walk a little bit. Like the point is to complete it like
I would
secretly. Don't tell
I
him I
would
told you this, but he's gonna crush this
I
damn
was gonna
run.
say I can't wait to hear what your times are because I assume that he's gonna kill you.
Well, because at first, like in the summer, I was like, well, that's cool. Like I'll do it. I'll get to walk with him. We'll jog a little bit. Like it'll be great. And I'm getting this feeling that he's gonna go run like a 40-minute 5K.
You shouldn't have been training him so well to get ready for this 5K. You just should have like eliminated all those things and been
Right?
like, dude, we're just gonna heavy deadlift for the
Yep.
next 6 weeks. Like
Just make you a
nothing
really
involving.
terrible runner so we can walk together.
Oh
No.
God, no.
All
Oh
right. So
shit.
enough about us. But like the thing that was probably more important to me in this episode was just reminding trainers that the holidays are supposed to be fun. And don't suck the fun out of your clients, your holiday times and their experiences.
Right.
A piece of chocolate cake is not 45 minutes on the treadmill. It is not a caloric intake. We are not counting calories on Thanksgiving. I don't care.
You see that all the time on Instagram, those little silly like infographics where it's like, oh, if you eat all this food on Thanksgiving, that's going to be 400 minutes on the treadmill and you got to do this many. Like, let people enjoy their damn time with their friends and families. Like, we're going to do it too. Don't count calories. Don't see those little silly Instagram posts. It's like, oh, in between every single commercial for football, like do 10 squats, or when a touchdown is scored, do 10 push-ups. Like, no,
those games are specifically made for drinking, and stop trying to take drinking games and make them fitness games.
Yeah, buddy.
Take your shot every time someone does something stupid. Drink your sip of beer every time someone gets sacked. It's fine. Have fun with it. But
can I tell a little funny story here? All right, cool.
Joe.
So back when my wife and I were still dating, I think that we were still living in Providence. We went over to one of our friends' house. There were like 20 people there. And this was when the Red Sox last won the World Series. Do you remember that big poppy hit where it was a grand slam? The dude tried to go over
07?
I think, no, it was more recent than that. It was like 2012, 13, 14, 15, somewhere around there. And then the security guard like went like this. Do you know what picture I'm talking about?
I don't think so.
That's okay. Don't worry about it. So before the game, we said, let's take a shot every single time that the Red Sox score. Well, Big Poppy hit a grand slam in like the 7th inning or something like that. And it was not a good night.
When 2013 ALCS Game 2.
And you can see what picture I'm talking about?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, exactly. So that was the last time. It's 2013?
Yeah.
Wow. It's been 10 years. Dang. That was
crazy.
So that was when me and my wife were like just really started dating.
Oh. Cool. So anything else on?
Just don't count calories. Don't encourage people to count calories. Have them enjoy their time. Again, eating, being with friends, being with family, and it's okay to have them forget about you for a couple of days. If you want to get them in the week before, great. We're not trying to kill them and say, oh, well, this is for all the food that you're going to eat over Thanksgiving. Just stick to the program that you're doing. Give them a high five and say, I hope that you have a great Thanksgiving. And then you restart wherever you left off the week after. Don't turn it into something that they're going to be all bogged down about because they hear your voice in the back of their mind saying, don't eat that, don't eat this. You do whatever the hell you want. And that's coming from two of the best coaches that you've ever seen.
A good trainer will actually, instead of making you change your behaviors, I'm going to cater to your behaviors here. Right. When you eat a couple extra 1,000 calories and your main course is turkey and you don't normally eat that much protein and this, that, the other thing, like, we're going to slow it down and let's lift heavy. Let's get you strong. Like, it's not, oh my God, I have to burn 1,500 calories from last week's overeating. It's like, yo,
don't do that.
You are fueled. You are strong. You are loaded. We are powered by stuffing. Let's set a PR.
Powered by stuffing.
That's the type of stuff I want to talk about. You know what I mean? Like,
can we get that on a t-shirt, by the way? Powered by stuffing. I think that would be pretty sick.
That might be the first DTF merch right there.
Powered by stuffing. I love that. Yeah, man, that's all kind of I really wanted to say about this episode is, don't be a jerk to your clients. Make sure that they have fun and make sure you have fun as a coach too. Like, take a little bit of time for yourself. If you want to go do some turkey trots or do a fun run, want to do something in the community, that's great. Or if you want to take a couple of days off, that's okay too.
Oh, actually, you did something. One more thing. We talk about our clients all the time. Don't harass your family members because they're just going to hate you. This is not the time to push your little agendas on all your friends and family. If you've ever sat at a dinner table with a fitness professional and that fitness professional has their plate all like perfectly organized and they're like, oh, that's like this many calories. Oh, did you know? Like, shut up. It's not a time for fitness. Holidays are not for fitness.
Did you know? Little side thing here. I really despise when I'm in a group of people, especially on the holidays, and they start asking me questions about fitness. Like, I'm not
okay with asking me, but I think it's the trainers that like put themselves
I get it.
in. Yeah.
I don't want anybody to ask me about fitness on Thanksgiving when I'm stuffing 37 rolls into my mouth. Like, this is not the time. So I don't want to hear about how many planks that you're doing during your workouts.
Yeah. Oh no, the dinner conversations are always like that. Oh, hey, I started a new diet last week, or I lost 10 pounds leading up to this holiday. Aren't you so proud of me, Kyle? And I'm like, if you knew me at all, I would have just wished you didn't do that and didn't even tell me.
Didn't even tell me. I know.
But all right, now we're just rambling.
I know. All right, let's sign off, man. Hey, have a happy Thanksgiving with whatever that you do, and I will see you next week, brother.
Happy Thanksgiving, everyone. Enjoy your friends, families, clients. Love you all.
Love y'all.